Hey guys, welcome back to Say Mojo Homestead for this very special edition of Say Mojo Homestead. This is our 100th video that is going up on here, and so it's just crazy to think that we put that much out there. So we started this around the 1st of August, and so it's been, what is that, like 7 months?
Ish, yeah.
Ish, almost 8 months. So still definitely new adventure for us, but it's just kind of fun to think that we have 100 videos now.
Yeah.
We are pre-recording this. Cass is actually at a dance competition. How's that going?
Great.
Good. This is going to be a weekend video, so that means highs and lows. Except we're not doing highs and lows today.
Nope.
Because it is our 100th video, we thought it would be fun to kind of take a trip down memory lane. We're going to talk about 4 categories. But our most memorable one, our favorite video, the one we feel is most informative, and lastly, like if we could only recommend one video for someone, what that one would be. As we talk about them, I will put a link up in the corner that you can kind of click on, go check them out if you want to, and just look back with us.
Yeah.
So, how about you start?
Okay.
Let's start with, what was your favorite video that we did? How about that?
Okay. My favorite one we did was probably our tour. Our very first video, our farm tour.
I was kind of debating on that one too.
Because I feel like it gave people an idea of what we were doing. It was our first introduction to our homestead, and it was really encouraging. Like, it was exciting seeing people's response and getting the feedback and stuff. I think that was probably the most fun, just sharing our homestead for the first time with YouTube. That
was a lot of fun. Because one, it was just the first video, so there was a lot of excitement around it. It was like, oh my gosh.
And it took 5 million takes.
Oh my gosh. So, well, all of Cass's family is in California, so a lot of them have not been here. They hear about what we're doing, but they don't get to see it. And so it was fun because it was our way of saying hey, here it is. Here it all is. And so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
My favorite video was probably it was an unintentional one. It was the outtakes.
I was debating that one. That one's fun.
Yeah, and it was all unintentional, 100%. The video that we shot, I think it was a weekend video. I mean, we were just slap happy.
It was terrible.
And when I got done editing it, I was like, there are so much hilarious things that I just had to take out because it was things we were messing up or just, dumb stuff that we were saying during it. I was like, I'm gonna put this stuff into a video, and just one of our videos is just gonna be all the outtakes from that one single video that we did. That one was fun.
Yeah.
And that might be my favorite one that we did. What about the most memorable video?
My most memorable was probably the broccoli leaves.
Really? Why so?
I think because we had so many people they'd never thought about it. We had never really thought about it. I started doing some research, and we started using them just this year.
Using them as in eating them?
Eating the broccoli leaves, not just the flower. This is the first year we've done that. And so I think just it was exciting to me to find all the nutritional value in something that is so often discarded or not deemed as a useful part of the garden, or rabbit food or whatever. I don't know. It was exciting to me that we had so much feedback and people excited about using broccoli greens.
Yeah, I also feel like that one sort of kicked off sort of another little niche that we found ourselves in of just sharing one, nutritional properties of things that we grow,
yeah.
but two, like how to maximize
Right.
not just your growing area, but what you're growing, you
Right.
know, and using as much as possible. Because if you're going to put the energy into growing something and you can get more than just one thing off of it, then why not?
And I've had a lot of people since then ask me like how I get my kids to eat vegetables and stuff. We do have, Josiah's the really picky one. But I've been brainstorming some things that I'm going to be sharing with ways to kind of sneak in vegetables.
Two, like unique things like that aren't
Yeah.
normally food, like he's much more apt to try. Even though
Yeah.
it looks just like all the other leafy greens, just saying like, oh, these are broccoli leaves, you know, and making a big deal about it. Like he actually tried them and I think
He liked them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that
Yeah.
was one thing. The other thing I like about stuff like that is like one of our things too is just talking about how to maximize on a small scale.
Yeah.
And that really like was one way that you could eliminate a crop because they
Right.
can easily replace collards and you grow them at the same time. So.
Right. So it makes it really easy for you to get the biggest bang from your buck. What was your most memorable video?
Oh, see, this is where I would have said our first farm tour, but since we already said that, I'm not going to say that one. So, yeah, this one's tricky. Like, there's Trickin' Chicken, which I think was probably a second video that we put out. It was a lot of fun. But I don't know that would be the most memorable. And then there's like the controversial one of like why we eat the animals that we raise. But I think the most memorable one was probably our daughter's birthday. We made her what we're calling like a vine house. And that was a lot of fun. We did a video on how to make it and what we were doing. But just because it was her birthday and we got to highlight her, we've definitely done more recent ones that will be memorable, but they need more time before they fall into like memorable category.
Yeah, I think that was the most memorable, or was fairly memorable for me, because we try to do so much to encourage our kids to be outside and be creative and use their imagination. And this was a way that we could do that and also grow a passion vine. So like,
You
I'm
know,
like-
it's maximizing, giving a gift while
Well-
also using something that you wanted to grow and you just call it a gift.
Well, and she's really excited about it. She's really excited about the flower and the
Yeah.
vine and all that. I'm really excited about the fruit. So, you know, it works out. But I just love that they get excited about stuff like that. That's a gift that we could put cattle panel into a dome and plant some vines, and they turn it into a fort, or like in their case, a place to have tea and hang out and
Picnics.
Yeah, it has just become a really neat space for them on our property where they can go and be creative and use their imagination.
All right, so 2 more categories. Most informative video that you feel like we've done.
I would definitely say the tea garden. I feel like it was so informative because we shot that on the tails of us having some really nasty, like upper
Oh, yeah.
respiratory junk, not COVID, but just like nasty crud. I really felt like the tea made such a huge difference. And had we not had that tea garden, I don't know that it would have knocked it out quite so quickly. I just felt
Oh, definitely
like
not.
the tea really helped boost our immune system and do all the things to help fight off that nasty crud we were dealing with. And so for me, I had just made some really great blends, and I'd seen the success firsthand and was able to share that with you guys. So we've always done herbal teas. We've always liked herbal teas. The tea garden is fairly new for us. So we just planted what we knew would be good for tea, and they ended up having great medicinal properties as well.
Yeah. And I mean, it definitely helped with some other viruses that have become more common.
Yes.
And knocked those out a lot faster
Yeah.
for us. So that was a good informative one. I think mine, and this was close to my most fun one, but I think for me, what I feel like was probably one of our most informative ones was the how to fight pest organically.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those that's like, there's a lot of videos out there on this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna, have fun throwing out information and do it that way. But I think that was pretty informative. I think there were 6
Yes.
different techniques that we kind of talked about with that one on how to fight pests organically that have proven to be successful for us
Yeah.
in our situation here.
I feel like that one was fairly informative as well because we are on a lot of, I'm on a lot of like Facebook groups that people are asking about organic pest control, and I feel like there's a lot of information for what you can use, but not exactly how, especially like with like injecting our squash plants with the BT.
All right, so the last one, and this is chocolate milk, by the way. I just realized this probably looks like I'm drinking mud or something gross, but a little chocolate milk to celebrate our 100th video. So the last one is, if there was one video that someone could go watch, and we feel like it would be the one video that we would direct people to, what would it be?
Oh man, I would have picked the farm tour.
I know.
Let me think.
So I'm gonna go first for this one because she's gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna cheat a little bit because this was I'll call it a 2-parter, but it was when we interviewed each other.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
And that was a lot of fun. Like, if I wasn't gonna throw it into this category, it was definitely gonna make my most fun video to do. But there was one video that we did where I interviewed Cass, and she had no clue like what I was gonna ask her or anything like that. And it was just a lot of like life questions, but also homesteading questions. And then we reversed the table 1 week later, and she interviewed me with the same type stuff. And I just feel like that was really, like, if I was going to direct someone to only one video / 2, that would be it. Because I feel like out of those 2 videos that we asked a lot of good questions.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could
Yeah.
just, be honest,
Yeah.
humbly. And it gave a really good glimpse into our, not just who we are, but our minds for
Yeah,
both of us,
right.
because of how we answered and what the questions were. So those would definitely be 2 that I would say, but I'm going to say part 1, part 2, so I can count it as one video.
Cheater. I would say if you're going to watch only one of ours, maybe watch the banana and citrus in South Carolina. Because you will not believe how many people I had tell me that you cannot grow bananas and citrus in South Carolina. Like, lots of people. So
disclaimer on that. We are
Disclaimer,
still testing
yes.
the banana,
yeah.
but the variety supposedly will do well here
Yeah.
and will fruit and hold it until ripen.
But
The
regardless,
citrus I can speak for.
Yeah, we've seen citrus groves here, or a citrus grove here. But the one thing about the banana as well is even if ours doesn't do great, we have a friend that has a in-ground outdoor banana tree that has bananas on it, or that grew bananas this past year. And we know someone that has a lemon tree in ground that grew lemons. So I know it's very specific to where you're located in South Carolina.
Yes.
So that's the kicker. But you can if you're in the right part of South Carolina.
Which we were in zone 8, and a lot of
Yeah.
people cancel out zone 8, but
Yeah.
we can. And we have not really offered any winter protection. We did the first year for the citrus, but this year the winter has actually been consistently more cold, and I didn't cover them at all, and there's been 0 damage on those citrus. Some of them are actually starting to put out little flower buds. They're only in their 2nd year, so I'm not expecting them to really start flowering and fruiting for another year or 2, but there are some buds that are emerging that will be flowers. So there you go.
There you go.
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Little, walk down memory lane.
Yep.
Happy 100th video to us.
Yes.
It has been a lot of fun doing this. For me, really just bonus information. And I'll give you an opportunity to give your bonus information. For me, what I have gotten the most out of this is just the time that we get together when we do these videos. It's just it's something else that we can do together, and it's fun. Sitting down and talking and kind of stress-free when we do these. Like, we're not thinking about all the other like stresses of life, so it's just fun conversations.
Yeah.
And that's what has been a pleasant surprise in doing this YouTube channel. And so thank all of you who have subscribed, all of you who are still watching this video, thank you. But all of you who have subscribed and follow along, we really do appreciate it. You guys just help to motivate us.
Yeah.
We really do it, you know, for us, but we also do it for you guys. I mean, hence the content that we put out.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your support, and continue to do that. And hey, give it a like, give it a thumbs up if you do like it. It's just kind of like, hey, we're encouraging you guys. We're still watching you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. If you have a favorite video that we've done, no pressure, but I would love to hear like what some of you guys have like remember from them or whatever that you benefited from. But not quite wrapping it up. What about you?
Bonus?
Yes.
I think for me, it's been encouraging to kind of document what we've learned in our time that we've had a garden and been working with plants and animals. We have always had a garden. I mean, as kids, our families had gardens, and so it's been fun to kind of process what we've learned in a different way, if you will. Having a place where our kids can see what we're doing and what we've done and kind of walk down that memory lane with us. They've been so excited about it, and that's been really fun as well.
It has been.
So that's all we have for you this weekend. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for watching our content, and thank you for celebrating 100 videos with us. We hope you have a great week and be blessed.